Good evening, and welcome to another segment of the New Black Leadership Coalition live here in the great studios of Intellectual Radio. My name is Gregory Sang, the host of the show, and I am once again honored, blessed, to say the least, to have this golden opportunity to come to you all over these precious airwaves that we take very, very serious. And I am so thankful to the Creator for depositing in all of us. I believe everybody here sitting at this table with a level of spiritual energy, a level of unbelievable, unshakable, and undeniable love for our people and humanity as a whole. We say what we feel what we say. I know I don't take any prisoners. I call a spade a spade. But at the end of the day, we are spiritual diplomats. So we're always in, I think, I can speak for both of them, that everything that we do is really about making the quality of life better for ourselves, our family, our community. And as a whole, we are the standard bearers and the vanguards for this society. And without that energy, that love, and that total conviction, then we have zero. So I'm honored to be sitting in the studio with two amazing leaders, activists, fighters, revolutionists, business people. I can't even wrap my brain around all that you all represent, but definitely the type of energy that we need in our community. And so I want to introduce you all to a very, very powerful sister, Sister Cassie. Your name is the very most difficult name in the damn world to pronounce.
Right. So Cassiopeia, like Ethiopia.
Oh, so Cassiopeia, and that was the wife of King Cephas. Yeah. And is it Swahili?
So it's come through Greek mythology.
Right.
So that's what I know as far as the whole etymology of that particular word is. But in regards to who she represented is a little bit more what my mother was interested in, and she was an Ethiopian queen.
Is that right? Oh boy, I love it. You know, it's amazing that we see beautiful names like that and go and study them. We could pronounce all the European names just so great.
Right.
But when it come, our tongues are tied from our own original names, etc. That's really a sad commentary, to say the least. And then I can't say partner in crime because this man don't commit any crime. So I have to be careful about saying that. But
I run a red light too.
But the studio guru, everybody love this brother. And the sister is absolutely, she's the founder of the Black Mall, and she's sitting next to the director of the A. Philip Randolph Pullman Porter Museum, and extraordinary brother David Peterson. And I'm telling you, this brother, everybody is proud of both of them, because I tell you one thing, you missed a great opportunity to hear from them on Saturday. I love your I don't know if I want to call it presentations, but what you had to say to inspire our people for economic development and the thinking of our survival. So glad to have both of you all here in the studio.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you. And our ancestors, you know, would be very proud of us. I was thinking about that. You know, oftentimes when we go and try to invoke their spirit, and we talk about, you know, and you say it often about Baba Kwesi, and we talk about Brother Chris Moore, and we talk about Brother Joe Watkins, all of those beautiful spirits, and so many. I mean, Steve Coakley. We talk about Brother Khaled. We talk about, man, look, I can't even name, but think about the so many black folks, black people that made sacrifice. Nobody never mentions their name. And sometimes I think, what's happening with that spirit, and does it live? So with you all here, I know it lives, all of them that have made these sacrifices for our people. So glad to have you both in the studio. And hey, I normally do a commentary, but I think I'm gonna skip around the commentary. I was gonna say some stuff about folks who use these airwaves or any airwaves, period, and they're not trying to liberate our people. And so I am proud that the work that you all are doing economically, politically, socially, and et cetera, and spiritually, that makes a difference in our community. So tell us something about the Black Mall.
So I'm co-founder of theblackmall.com. We're a nationwide directory of Black-owned businesses. And we're also an e-commerce site of Black-owned products. So, we found Black-owned products that are manufactured by our people, distributed throughout the entire nation. Tissue and detergents and toothbrushes and toothpaste and mouthwash and deodorant and just so many different products that are being consistently produced and made by our people. These are things that we gotta have. If you're not gonna buy a new pair of shoes or some new jewelry or some, things that you don't necessarily have to have, constantly, you're always going to buy these necessities. And it's really great to know that we have Black people who are in this industry.
Excellent. Excellent. And so how do, for instance, we encourage people to find Black products?
Right. So that's what our whole platform is, getting the information out there. So we are proud to have had some great predecessors who have worked in this. Of course, Dr. Webb Evans, Eugene Delanato. Those are some of the people that I know that have been pushing Buying Black and have created platforms for people to be able to find it. And so what we wanted to do was take it to the next level and bring it to the electronic platform and social media and internet, so that these are the types of things that can go viral and it's really become successful. So that's one of the ways that people find it. They utilize our website. So we promote the website so that there's no excuse on that you can't find a Black-owned business to go to, a restaurant or a doctor or a boutique or an accountant, and then you can then purchase online, or you can come to the store and be able to purchase the product.
You just don't know how good I feel when I go over to the Healthy Food Hub on 75th Street.
Isn't it beautiful?
I swear, every time I go inside of David, and I'm buying some produce or whatever, I bought some black beans a couple of weeks ago, and man, I felt so proud because I cooked the black beans. I bought the red pepper from there, the carrots from there. I got the celery from there. I got the garlic from there. I got the onions from there, and I got the seasonings from there, the herbs.
I got all the kind of spices.
Of that, and I put it in my crock pot.
Yeah.
I should have put a note on there hollering, a black meal.
From farm, that's what you call from farm to table.
I felt so good that when I left out, I was like giving black power to the crock pot.
The love is in there at that time. Whose hands have been on it.
I swear to God, when I left out the house and then when I came in, this is the truth. I live on the 8th floor and you could smell them beans cooking. And I know I'm the only black person, I think, on my floor. And I know they was just sniffing at my door saying, this ain't a regular Negro live here. This food is from a black man. But I felt so proud that I purchased it from the Healthy Food Hub. So I'd like to thank Brother Harold Davis for pushing, the Butt Naked Truth and the Healthy Food Hub and the doc over there. What's the sister name?
Mama Jafunza, Dr.
Oh
Jafunza.
my God, she's the bomb. And the brother
Baba Fred
Carter. Yeah, that's great. And Brother Dave, I know you always doing some innovative things around here and et cetera. You did a great job Saturday
Thank you, brother.
at
I
the
appreciate it.
quarterly roundtable, the leadership quarterly roundtable over at the Prince Hall. Man, I was very proud of both of you all.
Hey.
Yeah, go ahead, Smooth. You know, bring it closer to you.
You know, I think it was a great event. And you know, we were just kind of talking about how it's so needed, you know, that infrastructure. And as you know, as we kind of iron up the kinks and get and oil the machine, if you will, I think this thing is going to be really, really important to the evolution of our people.
Yeah, let me tell you this. That's why, I mean, I have to thank the founder for the New Black Leadership and all of the members, Minister Mike, because this platform and this movement is real.
Yeah.
Everything that we've been about, we've been really, and we talked about this, we've all had mentors. We've all had people in our life that inspired us. And you know, and we've been frustrated, you know, and still is to some degree. But now I realize that God wanted this. He didn't want us to be disconnected from each other. I needed to know you all, and I needed to know the new Black leaders, regardless of age and etc. But it's the idea that we have with integrity. You know, finally trying to get people in the room who are not hustling.
Right.
You know, and in the name of for Black folks. That's real critical. Because I heard David say last week, I think a week before last, you do everything over at the museum. You security, you the director, you the maintenance man, mentor.
Yeah. I'm humble, so I'll do any job. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, we're here for service. You know what I mean? We got to keep that at the forefront of our mind. So no matter how big we get, you know, everything we do is to serve. So even if you know, in our case, our interest is economics. We're trying to get to the big bag so that we can feed the multitude. You know what I mean? Some of us have to be hunters. Some of us have to be warriors in this thing.
Yes, sir.
So that we can get it done, you know? And
how do we inspire, sis, Black folks to find a Black business to go, for instance, our sisters love to go, boy, if we was into the hair care business and selling weave, all our problems would be over with overnight. But nails, let's just go with nails. I mean, if you got something for the weave, then bring it.
Right.
Rolling, selling weave.
Well, actually, AC Green is going to have a big hair event. I think it's early December, maybe like December 5th or 6th or something like that. But if you go to the acgreenshow.com, I believe you can get the information. But this particular hair show, because a lot of our hair shows have now been focused on natural hair, of course. But this one, absolutely, which I love. This one, though, he is going to be focusing a little bit more on the hair industry in regards to the weaves and getting more access to that. We can't break that cycle.
I mean, on one hand, you want to break the cycle because, you know, I don't want to perpetuate the fact, because our sisters, you all are beautiful.
Yeah,
you don't need it. So since you think you need it, then buy
at least
Black.
Make some money off of it, right?
Yeah, no, at least make some money, and then don't be so I gotta use the word lazy to where you won't go out of your way to find a Black-owned place. So if you're gonna wear it, then drive wherever and buy it from somebody that look like you, that respect you. Don't that make sense?
Yeah, it does. That's one of the motivating factors, of course. You got some people who really do care about that respect level. There are so many of us that are so kind of used to being disrespected that still happens. But there has been some overt issues in our community. So, you know, I don't know if you heard of Misha Beauty Supply and the Asian
47th Street.
Right. And one of their spaces was in North Carolina, where the Asian actually beat up the sister in the inside of there and was choking her out inside of the store because he thought that she was stealing. Either way, no need you putting your hands on it. So that actually created a whole big movement. What we were able to do, we did a special. And I had some flyers that said it was a special, and it said on one side of the flyer, we just highlighted all of the Black-owned beauty supply houses in Chicago. So that actually sparked a movement, and that thing got shared about 10,000 times on Facebook. So those type of things are motivating factors. A lot of things I like to tell people is that 80% of Black-owned businesses hire Black people. no matter what your background is. So a lot of times when we are, don't have the educational or experience that we would like to have, going to different colleges, or if any of our brothers and sisters have been incarcerated, your people are going to always hire you. So the more we support these Black-owned businesses, the more they're able to expand and hire more people, you in your community, and the more our businesses will start to thrive, the crime will go down because employment will go up.
That's right.
So if we want to solve our own issue in regards to whatever the violence is and Chirac and all of these terrible things that people are saying about our city, then we have to contribute directly to it. And there's a lot of people that are starting to really turn around on that type of thing. I mean, I get so much now from people saying, I just want to buy Black. I'm supposed to do it. And I know it might cost a little more. I might have to drive a little further, but I want to do it. So the more we say it, and the more you spread the good news, the more it hits. But it's really been catching on nationwide.
Yeah, and I love that. Are you familiar with the sister Sybil?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was Breakfast Club.
Yeah, and she do a lot of work with Black. And I think at some point we all got to have a big convention.
Absolutely.
With everybody who think like that. And it could be at, say, the museum, someplace. And then we talk about the touring ourselves.
Right.
Brother David has enlightened me. I never thought about tourism. I didn't. And then when he talked about all of the dollars, and then if somebody was quoting you today in terms of the monies that's in there, can we tour our community? And I mean, it's the safety piece, but it's beyond that. It's the mindset of not going out of your way to find a Black-owned business to support. You know what I mean?
Right.
J&J's not even owned by us.
Yeah, and then I mean, in addition to that, we got to get out of thinking that our only consumer base has to be Black. As long as it's Black-owned, we're fine. Because at the end of the day, the money that's coming in.
Absolutely.
So we got to capitalize on all of these hundreds of thousands of different people coming from all around the world to our city, and make sure that we're at the helm of creating these byproducts of cultural economic development.
Yeah,
I agree.
Whatever it is that they want, we should be able to be a contender in the marketplace, just like they are.
Oh yeah, why would we turn them down?
As they do, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And then in a lot of times, I mean, we got to take into consideration that the objective is to secure a set economic base for ourselves. You know what I mean? So we have to do that by any means. Now, what we do as far as distributing that wealth, that's up to us. That's up to us to make sure that we have enough, producers of these Black products, so that we can infuse that money into their businesses and make them flourish.
I was thinking about that. What cycle of life are we in? I mean, because I see this as a sense of urgency, but it's like a cycle. Do you see us getting out of this?
Absolutely. So when we first started the Black Mall, which was in 2011, so about 6 years ago, we had about a whole year and a half of pushback, right? Or the naysayers, or people just, I don't know, I don't want to go there and I don't want to do that. And so we were figuring out, okay, what is the way that we need to do this, right? So I think one of those first cycles, what we've gone through, when we've been freed, quote unquote, right, from enslavement, and then you had Jim Crow, then you had integration, and then you had the civil rights movement, the Black Panther movement, and you had some setbacks, of course, with the crack cocaine epidemic. But now with we're kind of back into this whole reemerging of white folks just really just showing who they are. They're not being quiet about it. We got Trump out here, and folks are just like, you know what? We tired of acting like we cool with y'all and we're not. They're just blatantly being racist. I think that was probably the best things for us, because it made it obvious that, hey, you think that they like you, you think that they want you to really integrate into their system. Stop believing that lie. They've pulled back the curtains. This is who they really are. Trump, as we can see of him being in office, showcases what the country really wants, as far as the people that follow him, in the way that society really hasn't changed one bit. They've just kind of changed the face. They're not playing the game anymore. But with that overt personality that we're seeing, now we can stop having to be, you know, it's kind of like the bad boyfriend, right? And you know, he hits you and then he tells you he loves you and then he looks nice and it's got this good front and then it's going back and forth and then it's just, nah, you just beating me and I'm over it and I'm done and I'm breaking away and we're going to start over fresh. So now people are waking up, right? My sister Tequila Shabazz of the Bridge Embassy, she has in her new book called the Neo Green Book, and she has this thing called levels of woke, and she's telling you like what levels people are in. You know, you can say that you're asleep, you're sitting up, you're completely awake, you're standing now you know how to get from here to there and you understand, okay, what I need to be doing. And so we're really taking advantage of all of that and now pushing things in front of their faces. And the one thing that we had to do with the Black Mall was to show Black excellence, right? Because a lot of the naysayers were saying that, oh, well, it's bad customer service, or all of them look horrible, or, you know, they don't have really good storefronts and visuals. No, we showcase that there are thousands of beautiful, great customer service, great price range, Black businesses out there. So the more we shove into your face Black excellence and just business excellence and business period, then you can't deny it at that point. Batter and Berries is an amazing representation of that. Lighthouse Whole Food Grill is an amazing representation of that. You got Omega Tax and Accounting, which is awesome. You got the National A. Philip Randolph Pullman Porter Museum, the DuSable Museum. I mean, we can keep going on and on of so many excellent businesses. And if we keep showcasing that, then therefore people are now drawn to the light.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Now, you know, it's amazing how our people, they don't have a problem finding food joints that's Black. They'll take a chance of their life. I know it's across the street from the Final Call, Jerk Villa.
Oh, yeah.
Them Negroes be lined up in Jerk Villa.
They really do.
Shooting me going on across the street. They ain't getting out of line.
They got a new spot on 22nd and is it Wabash?
Right. Man, but that just goes to show you the product.
Yeah.
So the service is questionable. But they treat me like I want to be treated because that's the energy that I take in there. And so you got to know a little bit about the culture.
Right.
That everybody that come to the window not smiling don't mean that they don't like you.
Right.
You know, but they about trying to get this product out, get this food out.
Might be hot in that kitchen.
It's right. There's so many people in line, but it goes to show you that what supporting can do, because if you support a business like that, now they're bringing in so much revenue. They can say we could open up a brand new restaurant downtown across the street from the new McCormick Place extension. Right over there. That's serious. I mean, the brother that one of the waiters and actually the service there is on point. It's gorgeous in there. They have a full bar.
That again. Now, but they
close downtown. They close downtown.
So, which
but it's a sit down
too. It's a sit down.
It's a sit down. It's not a drive up.
So if you're standing up, you ain't getting the same kind of. You gotta sit down.
I mean, when you got a line of 30, 40 people there, you do gotta. You know, that's any diner style business.
But ain't that amazing how we make that adjustment?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Completely different business model. But I'll say this though too. Any diner style, white, Asian, whatever, where it's a window and it's quick and it's short order, is going to have that same type of service style, right? It's going to be quick to the point. Please have your order ready. Don't waste the time because there's 30 people behind you. And I'd rather get to them and not have to have all of them at me because you taking forever trying to figure out what you want. And we got jerk and curry. Okay.
I know that's right. Are there any nail shops? Are there any
Absolutely.
Black? Because I know a few young ladies would always complain about, they go into places to go get their manicures and pedicures where they still disrespect. The lady got on the mask.
Yeah, right.
She didn't give you a mask.
So like,
but she got a mask on.
And she's speaking a whole other language.
And she's speaking a whole other language
about you.
Because I don't go anymore because it took them, they massaged my damn hand too quick. Like they didn't want to touch me. And I was like, hey, you know.
Yeah.
So I only go to sisters.
Yeah. There's some really, there's a there's a nice influx of Black-owned nail shops, and they're beautiful.
You know one that you could tell the audience, a couple of them?
So you got Lux, that's on 82nd and Stony Island.
Lux.
Beautiful. Brand new.
All black
owned. They got big, huge picture window. It's all white in there.
And the sisters in there doing the nails.
Sisters doing nails. And you got
I'm there tomorrow.
Man, you got to go. And the polished work is right off of 75th near Cottage Grove. But we got them all listed on the Black Mall.
Oh, you have them all? So so people can go online to see a list of the Black Mall businesses.
Yeah, nationwide.
So what's the
theblackmall.com. So TheBlackMall.com.
So those that are on Facebook, can they just go to your page and find that
on the Facebook page? No, because the Facebook page doesn't work. It's too vast. I can't fit 1,500 businesses on there. Sense. But if you go to our Facebook page, The Black Mall, you can definitely click onto our website right there.
Oh, good. So same thing.
Yeah. Same thing. You can get right to it and be able to find the business.
Is the Pullman boarded?
Absolutely.
I just tested you.
Black
you got to get a ride from somebody else. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're a long time customer of the Black Mall.
Oh, good.
So we've been doing work for some years. You know, I've actually been getting work done from Cassidy since 2008.
Now, I think, was it Dwayne Hirsch? Somebody had mentioned like 5 essentials. But if you think about 5 essentials that you already alluded to it, that not just the women, so the men, name 5 necessities that you already mentioned some that we need to point people to, because I know there are a bunch of people watching and listening that they do want that. They yearn for that. They tired of supporting folks that don't support us.
Right.
But how do we break this vicious cycle?
Right. It's education. It's just completely knowledge. When you know better, you could do better. Right. So main one I always tell people, because when we started to sell this particular product, it was like, you selling what? And that was tissue.
And what the hell they mean?
Right?
Because what?
When you're at a vendor fair, so our people, unfortunately, beforehand, were so used to seeing Black-owned businesses be things that are what? Blingy and style related, right? Which is dope. We got to have boutiques, but again, when it's a bad month, if you didn't make a lot of revenue this particular month, then you're not buying all of those fancy things. Those are accessories, right? And so when George Zimmerman back in 2013 got acquitted, I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta. We were in Washington, D.C. for our centennial, actually on the date that he had his that acquittal date. And it was this big outrage. And I remember there being a Delta Sigma Theta was joining in with the other sororities and fraternities to get the policy changed about the stand your ground law. And then you had people going up on like Facebook talking about boycotting the Koch brothers, because the Koch brothers supposedly have funded George Zimmerman's his case in order to be able to win it and get over. So the Koch brothers sell products like, they own Georgia Pacific, which sells products like tissue and paper towels and napkins and Solo Coke, stuff that every last one of us have in our house, right? And so I said, tissue, though, no matter what, you got to have tissue in your house. Because how many people in here use the bathroom every day? By show of hands.
Right? Brown day in America.
Hello? If you don't.
I've heard the
So when we so I brought that, I found out that there was a Black-owned manufacturer of bathroom tissue and paper towels. And so I said, well, I need to get that. Contacted Brother Kamos Muhammad out of Baltimore, Maryland. And he was like, I actually got some right in Chicago right now that you can get access to, because the other brother wasn't able to move it. So I said, I can move it. And so I started going to these different vendor events, putting on my own vendor events, and I would have a big pyramid of tissue, but it'd be next to a jewelry vendor, right? So then people are like, I don't know about that. And so then I would just pose that question. Do you use the bathroom every day?
That's right.
And then I would say, this is Black owned and manufactured. See, when you are purchasing Scott's and Charmin's bathroom tissue, these are then owned by the people who are the Koch brothers. Every time you buy that tissue, you are paying for a brother to get shot. You are paying for one of us to go to jail. You are paying for our demise. That doesn't make sense. I don't want to funnel. I don't want to give you the fire to be able to hurt my people. I mean, when I look at the numbers, tissue is a $30 billion industry per year.
Lord, how mercy.
Each brand has about 3 or 4 offshoots of their brand, and every last one of those brands makes $1 billion individual. So your Charmin super soft and your Charmin natural and your Scott's recycled, all of them make $1 billion a piece. And then there's a huge generic company that supplies to the government and the city, all of them, and they're making like $11 billion by themselves.
Damn.
So I said, that's where the real money is, right? Stuff that you have to have. And so once I was able to start getting in front of different audiences and really talking about that and doing the education of it, that's when it was like, ting. So instead of you buying Scott's or Charmin's, I need you to what we call make the switch. Make the switch from buying from those corporations who don't care about you and are going to use those funds against you to people who are going to put that money back into your community, recycle that Black dollar, hire you, and be able to uplift your own community. Just makes sense.
Did you coin that?
Make the switch.
Make the switch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to trademark it, but
no, you need to trademark that.
I know.
And that needs to be pushed because I think that should be all over Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to put a post up tonight, it should be make the switch.
Make the switch.
But you got to go on the website.
Yes.
The Black Mall website to make some switches.
Absolutely.
Don't that make sense?
It does.
I mean, so how could you in your right mind, because you said the wake up levels, the different levels. If you walk, you gotta run your butt out to A. Philip Randolph Pullman Porter Museum. If you walk, you gotta go. But if you sleep, you just going down to the Shed Aquarium.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that, but you got your own.
You should also have a membership with the A. Philip Randolph Pullman Porter, the National A. Philip Randolph Pullman Porter Museum.
I know that's right. And how much is membership?
$50.
Folks, $50 only membership.
Right.
$50. Make the switch.
Make the switch.
That's what we got to start doing. The new Black leadership, that's going to be our piece. With your permission, you pushing it. We got to
take it everywhere.
I mean, because you know what that means? It's like when you turn the switch on, the light, the bulb, now something should be resonating in us to say, let's make the switch.
That's right.
And because we need all of these necessities.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just toilet paper.
That's just toilet paper.
What about toothpaste?
We got toothpaste by Shea of Life and by Eatin' Fresh. We have toothbrushes by Coral Oral. We have laundry detergent by True. So switch from Tide to True. Right?
I'm getting all of this.
And it's high efficiency. We also have, I haven't gotten a chance to redo the flyer, but we have, everybody was upset about Dove. Switch from Dove to Love soap, and then it's all natural and it's made with coconut.
Switch from Dove to Love.
See, because it's gonna love you.
I love it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I knew you would love that one.
Yes.
I love it.
Greg love a good saying. Greg saying, I'm telling you. Greg love a good saying.
And we got a great place for people to kind of get a great taste of being able to make that switch. So we got our 3rd annual Buy Black Friday event. So instead of Black Friday, you go on to Target and Walmart and all of the stores, make the switch and come to Buy Black Friday and shop with over 50 Black-owned vendors who are going to have your accessories and your necessities in like Goo Gobs. There's going to be people all over the place at this event.
And I think our conscience should be really bothering us because it's like a contradiction.
Yeah.
That we angry at the world, but we supporting the world that we angry at.
Right.
What you just said.
Right. Right.
I mean, you articulated it to the degree of somebody is really paying attention. They would go, it makes sense. Freedom ain't free.
No.
Right.
And you got to support your own.
And that's why it's important that, I remember one of the things I heard Mr. Farrakhan say when our ancestor Baba Kwesi was giving him an award. And, he was saying that, man, we got too many people in the community with degrees that don't help the community with the degrees. You're a psychologist, but who are you healing? You're a doctor, but who are you healing? So my thing is, we have a lot of people who come out of these 4-year institutions, with MBAs, bachelors, masters, all these different degrees with the specificity in business. We need that same acumen in business to come help these businesses become sustainable businesses that can create living wage jobs for people. You know what I mean? Because there are a lot of different entrepreneurs out there that just need just a little bit of fine tuning. You know what I mean? And we got to be able to offer those services to our people in volume so that they can be able to put out products in volume. And I mean, we have the access. We have people in the financial service industries who could get them access to this capital. We got people who can help them, build successful business models. We got to begin to put that influence on people. So I like what she was saying. Education is really important. We got to, begin to hammer that down and continue to have that conversation right in people's face so that they feel convicted in order to get involved with the struggle. You might not be the person out there marching with us, but you can do the person who's marching's taxes. You can do, something else. How can you help?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it in terms of inspiring because I'm inspired even more because when I look at these products right here, toothbrush, toothpaste, even the Love soap. I got to get me some Love soap.
Definitely, people love it.
And maybe I'll fall in love.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody might fall in love with me. Use this soap, sweetie. And love.
Yes. Love soap gonna get you some love.
I said, love soap gonna give me some love. Got a lack of love in my life, but you got to give out some love to get some love.
Yeah.
Sound like Bobby Womack right now.
Yeah.
Earl, is that one of Bobby Womack's quotes? I don't know, but it sounds like it. So tell me this. What else that Black, I mentioned the nails, I mentioned the hair. What else? I know the food. I don't celebrate the holidays like that, but I'm not a Scrooge. But what is it? How people gonna go and be consumers. Do you have products? Is there a Black turkey shop?
Well, Healthy Food Hub actually.
We ain't pushing hams, just turkeys. Go ahead.
Right.
No.
At the Healthy Food Hub, you can actually order meat through them. They have a membership program.
Oh, okay,
there.
good.
And so, if you are part of their membership, you can actually pre-order from their website and be able to curate your bag so that when you come there on Saturday, they'll have whatever meats that you need, and they get organic.
Okay.
Yeah, non-GMO. So you could definitely do that. Right now there is, I believe, I've heard some chatter about, grocery stores being in the works. There's another Black-owned grocery store on 26 in Wabash. We have them on the website. The name slips my mind, but he actually has meat.
Okay, are you familiar with Brother Cyron?
Yes, absolutely. Cyron Smith.
Right. So he sells tissue too.
He sure does.
And I don't know the name of his, but so we got all of these folks, and I think the major piece is education that you said. How do we educate? Because that's what I see, David, you doing all the time. So should the energy and be around? I mean, it's like you wake up people, but then it's like they get educated. And the scary part of it is you go to the doctor and tell me the doctor's not educating you about something that might be killing you and harming you. All of a sudden, you want to know, your family want to know, what is it about this particular disease or issue that you have? You start getting educated. You know more about that than you ever known.
And that's
because now your life is on the line. Our life is on the line, but yet we don't want to be educated.
And that's the primary reason why myself and Leonard GLC Harris started something called Eat to Live Restaurant Group.
Oh, good.
You know, and you know, because Joseph Watkins, our ancestor, you know, he introduced me to this the Section 3 program, you know, with CHA and all of that. He gave me the literature to read about it. Then he introduced me to this this entrepreneur pilot program that they have, where they give CHA residents and, you know, people serving Section 3 residents access to this capital through a grants program. So, you know, with that, I was awarded through CHA to start this, you know, very small grant to start a LLC, basically, a for-profit company, which is a restaurant group. And we call it Eat to Live, you know, basically because of what it is. You know, we grew up following the teachings of the minister just because that was the area we came up in, or that was the wave back then. You know, it was cool to be conscious.
Same thing,
you know.
me,
so Eat to Live, you know, that was something we really lived by. So we made it the phi ratio, the Roman numeral 2, because, you know, that was the God ratio in us, if you will. But Eat to Live Restaurant Group, basically what we're trying to do is, what we're doing is increasing the capacity of local Black businesses. You know, so right now the first step was putting products in there. So we had the vegan cheesecake in there, and a lot of these Black businesses, and the alkaline water. And the alkaline water Evolve is a product of Baba Kwesi's son. You know, and basically we have a direct connection with alkaline wells in Wisconsin. So we're not talking about alkalized, we're talking about alkaline. That comes from the ground, and it's already at the pH level that it needs to be. So, you know, all of these products and services, us putting them in there and then putting the attention on those different businesses is bringing people into those businesses in droves. And that's what we want to continue to do, you know, increase a person's capacity to get the word out there about their business, increase the type of products and services that they have in there. And then in addition to that, bring the attention to investors who want to create more businesses in these areas, you know, so that, you know, just like I can go get a $2 cheeseburger here or $5 this or that, you know, I can spend $5 to get a meal. We want to be able to provide that same access for healthy food, you know, so just like I can go to Jerk Taco Man and get about 10 tacos for $5, you know. I want to be able to go get me a pound of some Brother Tim's, you know what I mean, for the same price.
But look, that's why the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, it resonates in me every day now. My best followers are in the street, meaning working.
Yeah.
See, in the street means you out, you know, beating the pavement.
Yeah.
My best followers, following my way, following my methodology. I got introduced to the nation from books, How to Eat to Live, and Message to the Black Man.
That's right.
And a brother's trying to sell me some fish. It wasn't the Islam per se or the Quran. I didn't know anything about that. All I knew was there was basic needs that needed to be met.
That's it.
That's right.
And that religion ain't what you profess, it's what you practice. So I read the book, How to Eat to Live, in college. I'm on Drake University campus, a world-class track runner, running to a brother, didn't even have the money to buy the books. I got inspired. That's what guided me to the final call. That's what guided me. You know, and later on, hearing the minister, I knew. I was like, man, you know, he's making sense. And then I realized that when I listened to both of you all, now I understand what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was saying. The new Black leadership, these coalitions, all of them, all of these players, Sirens, and all of the people that's part of the coalitions, they represent what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was talking about. You, absolutely. How to Eat to Live, doing for self. Ain't no way out of this.
Yeah, that's why, you know, one of our...
And it ain't inside of a building. You go in and you pray and you do that, you know, the spiritual piece. But then you bring your butt outside of the church and those walls and make something happen. Or you ain't following Jesus. I'm sorry, he said, feed my sheep.
That's right. That's why this year, you know, starting last year, we began to kind of plan for it and create the partnerships for it. But this year, we're going to start our annual health and wellness fair for Eat to Live Restaurant Group. And, you know, we want that to just be a free expose for people to come out and get access to anything that's wrong with them. I don't care if you get from a cold to any type of ailment that you might have. We want to have people out there that can teach you about how to heal yourself from it, give you tangible options right there on how to do it, you know, give you access to everything you need. you know, from doctors to holistic healing. You know, we want people to have access to how to heal themselves so that they can take that with them and then begin to, you know, incorporate that into their day-to-day routine.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, this is something that we're going to do just free for the public, you know, just so everybody can come.
So we have Black therapists.
That's right.
And that will help our people that can't afford it and work out, you know, arrangements. So are you familiar with Black, not just doctors, but counseling and etc. I mean, that folks go to chiropractors,
right,
etc. You know,
right,
necessity stuff.
Yeah. So you have again, we started on the medical side. You have Dr. Jafunza Wright, right, from the Healthy Food Hub, and so she actually has a practice that's open, and she's figured out a whole plan so that if you don't necessarily have this insurance, you can actually pay into her program to be able to come and get checkups and then get natural healing utilizing the food from the Healthy Food Hub. It's genius. I love it. You have Dr. Caesar of KMT Health Food Store, who's also a medical doctor that has a practice, and he has all the naturopathic pharmaceuticals, I guess, if you will, inside of his storefront, and he has a doctor's office there. And the most thing that he really usually pushes is whatever you're eating and then their stress level. So without having to necessarily give you any type of subscription to something that, you know, is going to cause problems down the line and put all these chemicals into your body, he wants to get to the root of really what the issue is. You then have Dr. Obari Cartman, who works specifically in psychology and works with especially young men and young brothers and healing them in their psychology and their state. He has some books that are out that deals with that. One of them's called Ladies Man, and it's kind of a pun on this on the cover. And this is where you meet people where they're at, right? You draw a man by things that they're familiar with. On the cover, he has 5 women behind him, but they're his actual sisters. And then if you see the word ladies man, the word ladies, Ladies, is scratched out, and he has Lady' on there because he says he belongs to all of his sisters, his mothers, his nieces, in their lives. So to be able to protect them and provide for them and nurture them. And then he takes the book through a very basic, easy read for young brothers to understand, and he infuses hip hops and conversations and pulls out a lot of the obvious. He does a lot of presentations that actually break down the music that we're listening to. So there are psychologists out here, and actual practitioners out here, therapists out here, healers. You have the National Black Psychology Association, I believe he's a part of. So
you know what pissed me off, and that's why I promote Minister Michael Peace a lot. Now, but there's resistance. You know, it's folks who say they want to do business. Every time I get an opportunity, because he understands his stuff is empirical. So it don't make a difference what institutions, city colleges, just in the neighborhood. We gotta promote folks who have that expertise, right? But we cannot tolerate them not doing business. We can't have University of Chicago, damn it, researching everything about us. I mean, how foolish is that?
Yeah. They collect all the data for themselves.
Yeah, they research the research, the research. They research.
And you didn't use it.
I mean, damn.
Because they understand our spending habits, they understand our weaknesses, they understand everything. And then boom, and now they know exactly what to feed you, what to keep putting in front of your face, what needs to go in your neighborhoods to keep you exactly where you are, if not take you further down.
Right.
Again, that's why I like my good sister, Tequila Shabazz of the Bridge Embassy, because her whole organizational structure is based on researching ourselves and tracking that data. So she actually has hard data of our spending habits amongst Black people through the portal that she has, where people actually upload their receipts, so she can figure out where you, like, what Black business have you been going to and what did you actually spend it on. So it's like 30% on food, another 20% on health and beauty, and then it goes to education and then actual services. So all that's broken down. So now we can use these numbers for ourselves and to be able to keep uplifting and building.
Thank you for you and David. We got a couple of minutes, but thank you all for when you made your presentations on Saturday, you took the ego out the room. You did. Everybody did. That was so critical because typically, the spirit of people, when they talk it, it's all about them. And what I heard coming from you all, it was about us.
It is.
Didn't you feel that spirit?
I mean, because at the end of the day, we're merely vessels. That's why our master teacher taught us to always acknowledge the ancestors and the elders first and foremost before you even speak. You know what I mean? And we're not perfect. You know what I mean? But there is a structure, there is a system that we have been taught. That's why the New Black Leadership Coalition is important, because it helps. We're training people in order to take leadership. In order to be a leader, you have to properly know how to serve. That's what leadership is about, serving. It's not about being hierarchy. You do what I tell you, you take it as I give it to you. No, are you in a position to serve your people? Are you in a position to be a liaison to the resource, from the resources to your people? That's what we're here for. You know what I mean? So it can never be about us.
And
make the switch.
Make the switch. And my happiness comes from your happiness and his happiness. Of course, my son's happiness. So for me, of course, we all got to be involved, because I want to see all of us smiling. Because what you see, I think, in our neighborhoods, when you have one person become successful by themselves, then the sharks come out, the fangs come out, because you're not sharing it amongst with anybody else. So what fun is it when I get all of this stuff like Scrooge McDuck and I'm just swimming in it by myself, but then I got to watch my back, and I'm constantly on edge because you're going to have people coming at you. No, you get a car and you get a car and you get a car. Let's go ride. Have a good time.
I love it. Hey, look, we got 3 minutes, 2 minutes left. And let me tell you something. This is a show that I'm gonna go back and listen to, because you learn from your people. And
make the switch.
Make the
theblackmall.com.
Right.
Make the switch.
Make the switch. Theblackmall.com. Make the switch.
Buy Black Fridays.
Get a membership.
And look,
the national.
And believe me, that's the only way we're gonna make it. Now, there are many people who tune in. Our biggest enemy is that we might believe, but not in action, just in words. So we got to take the steps, make the sacrifice to do it. That's why I said I felt good making that bean soup, black bean soup. I promise you. Now just imagine washing my hand and taking a shower in Love soap after I had the black bean soup, using some black. You got the soap too.
I actually, what's really funny, there's a bag in David's car now, because I had to go shopping in my own store. My mom was like, I need you to bring some tissue. And then I was like, I need to get some more soap. I need some more mouthwash. And I was like, and I need some more toothpaste. I got to get my distributor to re-up on it for me, though. So this is a lifestyle. And I think the reason why it's starting to catch on is because we exemplify it. We don't just, it's just not talking. This is one from one of my vendors. These earrings are from my business. This is vegan lipstick that I have on. I wear
vegan lipstick.
Vegan.
Finally, we can get some lipstick that is all right to kids.
Yes.
Some healthy kissing.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
And lastly, I just want to point this out. My son, he had to wear his uniform today at school. He goes to an African Center school, but because he's around this, he came up to me and said, Mom, I want to do my own t-shirt line. And so he has a t-shirt that we sell called Africa is the Best. I'm actually almost sold out of it.
Oh,
and
nice.
So he came up with the idea, and then he is a very shrewd businessman too, because he wants to know when his check is being cut.
That's what's up. Well, I think we got a minute left. Listen, we got to roll, but trust me, God has blessed us to get it out there. We got to share this video. Share this. Absolutely. On yours.
It's on live right now.
Conversation that we must share with our community. Love you all. Love you, and thank you, ancestors, for depositing in us the spirit of our people. Peace and love.